Anyways, we live with our times. That means we live with our Torah portion, like Shnei Zamal at these days. So today is Chav Zayin Shvat. So let's see the messages. All Shem is about giving us messages. The King gestures to us. Chulu chulu chulu. Sofi kol almim. Mamale kol almim. Chulu chulu chulu. So let's see the message from Hashem is about today. 27 Shvat. 23 Shvat. I was trying to do last week. Videos are not that easy to do. Anyways, let's see the message. Let's see if we can understand the message that Hashem is giving over to us today. Our revered father, Rebbe Shab, writes in one of his Maimarim, the Chassidim of the earlier generation made a firm resolve in their souls that whenever they encountered something that was halachically permitted, they said, "Oh wow, I just read this, very interesting." This is a message I've been getting last week, same message that they believe it was in Tanya. Last week's Tanya. This is called the Kadesh. I was just actually thinking about this. This is called to Kadesh yourself. It's a schafia. The Baal Tanya was talking about this in the Tanya. What? Because our bodies are like the Beit HaMikdash. So when we make ourselves holier, when we give up, it's like we give up different things that we want. Or you might have a taiva for, or believe in Tanya, or I'm not sure which it was. Maybe it's a Yom Tanya was talking about if we wait another couple of, like it was saying, everybody else eats at 4, and the Hasidim or the Torah scholars eat at 6, because they hold it. This is the Kadesh at Tzmecha. So you hold a little bit, you hold a little bit back, you give a little bit, So by doing this, when it's like a korban to Mizbeach. And the Baal Tanya even states in Tanya, even permitted things. When you do this with permitted things, you wait a little, give a little bit more to Hashem Yisbarach. So you give you're shefting the animal within you, and you give this korban up to Hashem Yisbarach. So you have Shechanti B'tochim, because now you're holy, and you make yourself holy, because Hashem is holy. And this is one of the ways we sanctify ourselves. When we learn a little bit more, and we push ourselves a little bit more. Like the Inyan of Chassid, Chassid goes to the mikveh every day. It's not actual halacha, I don't believe. But the Rebbe says you go to the mikveh, you feel it's like it combines all the mitzvahs, like bigger than all the mitzvahs, and you feel it. You feel every little details. It goes beyond the letter of halacha. This is a chassid, and chassid, like the United States, chassid in the highest level, because they're able to bring dir b'tachtona. All the inyan of dir b'tachtona over here. Maybe they desire. Let's see, resolving the souls that whenever they encounter something that was halachically permitted, but they desired and craved for it, they would refrain, such as a habit breaks physical desires. There's one way to overcome the taivas, and makes you close to Hashem Yisbarach. We also see, so I had another inyan. I was trying to read Chav Gimel Shvat Yom Yom, which is all talking about Dir B'Tachtona. I was talking about which Rebbe was it? Let's go back. Once the Alter Rebbe was leaving his room, he heard his Rebbe telling several women, "Mine are literally my one. My husband says." This is how all women, they should have this kind of love towards the husband. My husband. They should be proud of the husbands. And also it says, reading Gana Shalom, Rav Arush was talking about, we got to cherish the word. The man has to cherish the wife. The husband has to be proud of, the woman has to be proud of her husband. So this is also, because when you have Shalom Bayit B'toch HaBayit, it's Beit HaMikdash HaShlishi, and you have Pashat Truma, Mishpatim, Pashat Yisro, Hashem gives the Torah, Pashat Mishpatim is the way of Hashem Yisbarach. We actually follow that, we'd have an awesome world. We actually follow the ways of Hashem, we'd have an awesome world. Hashem already gave us the blueprint, already gave us the way, how to do things. Torah, Lashon Hara. And you have Pashat Tumas, everything's about the base of Midrash, all inyan, Basi Lagana Chasikale, all inyan of the whole inyan of the world is created. It was based on before the world was created. The whole inyan is Hashem wants dir b'tachtona, and these are the ways to make dir b'tachtona. Versus a mitzvah behidur, you can bring an infinite into the fine as hidur b'mitzvah. The Rebbe says you have a geshmak the kiddush, you have one kiddush, nothing else, everything else in the world, is limited. And you can have one car at a time. You can only do one thing at a time because we're limited in physicality. But when we hidor b'mitzvot, the Rebbe says, hidor b'mitzvot, you can take the infinite and bring it to the finite. So when you have you love the kiddush and Shabbat, and you have awesome guests, and you're nicer to one another, and chulu, and you have shalom bayit, you have shechanti b'toch, dir b'tachtona, Beit HaMikdash HaShlishi. So everything's all about the Beit HaMikdash this week. It's all about this. Hashem wants the Beit HaMikdash. Hashem wants the Beit HaMikdash now. So we're heading is also Nisan Naganu, Nisan Nagael, chulu. It's all connected. So Giyazman Gulaska. Grapes, Giyazman Gulaska. So over here, this was very beautiful. Yom. When the other Rebbe says, the other Rebbe told her, I'm yours by virtue of one mitzvah. With how many mitzvahs are we God? So it's a profound thought, just to think about that, The whole inyan, this inyan Beit HaMikdash, Shlishi, Shalom Bayit, together, this is only one mitzvah. It's a mitzvah tzatzit, Rabul Hashem Yisbarach. It's also the mitzvah of Yisrael. The whole Torah is based off of Yisrael. Like Rosh Hashanah Emunah, that because your family first, obviously, saw in your family. First, obviously, saw your wife and family, and then you shine that out like a Beit HaMikdash. You shine that light out to the world. You become the priest of the nations of the world. Chulu, because you have His love and light, and you be able to spread it out. Chulu. So you have like a Beit HaMikdash. The windows were thin on the inside and wide on the outside. Everything's to spread the light and be a shining light to the nations of the world, giving Hashem's tzedakah eliyah to clothe the naked souls with Hashem's love and light. Tzedakah tachton is the dir b'tachton as well. You bring yud kei vav kei when you give a coin to another person. If the coin is yud, the hand is hey, the arm is vav, and the other person's hand is hey. So dir b'tachton, you bring Hashem's name down into the world. Chulu. So where were we? Some awesome yoms. 27. What was it? It's an also so when we kadesh at and we make ourselves holier, when we have this ischafia, when we refrain from permissible things, so we're making ourselves holy, and we're like the Beit HaMikdash form that I forgot who my sefer. It shows how the Beit HaMikdash is formed in the form of a human being. And Hashem Yud Kei Vav Kei. So also Yud Kei Vav is Hashem, human beings formed in the name of Hashem. So all Hashem, Ein Om Avado. So everything, and I just read, what was I just read, Siegel was just talking about this, just read it just now. Let's see if I remember it. Yeah, also was just talking about what I just said. Talking about when everything, the tumot, because the tumot we give tumah to Beit HaMikdash, that this is how we connect, because we take from our blood and we work hard, and when we take a part of our hard-earned money and we give tumah to the Beit HaMikdash, then we shechanti b'tochem, build me a sanctuary in shechanti b'tochem. It's much shechanti b'tochem. When you're part of it, when we're together, Am Echad, Lev Echad, when we work together and we have tumot to the Beit HaMikdash, and everything's about the Beit HaMikdash, and everything's about Hashem Yisbarach. So then, shechanti b'tochem, you build him a sanctuary. It's called building Hashem a sanctuary. It's an inyan. It's also inyan because it talks about the whole machloikis, machloikis, the Rambam, the Arizal, and just reading this, a couple who was reading this in the past about how the Beit HaMikdash is going to be built, but many times the Rambam says, okay, Mashiach's going to build it. Ayado says on his hand, when he on his tshuva, because he has cheleks, we're all everybody has a little part, spark of Mashiach within him. So they feel Mashiach comes to tshuva. So everybody feels that tshuva brings all. I'm so close to Hashem. So all talking about spiritual things, l'mayla, tachton, chulu. Learning about it, which is different things, but it's written all over the place, and there's a reason many places. I already read 100 different places that the Beit HaMikdash Shlishi, and I just read this. That's it. Ayado Shel Hashem Yisbarach B'atzmo, meaning that we Gorem, it's built the famous song of Avram Fried, that we build it through our mitzvot, And then, but the Beit HaMikdash Shlishi comes down from Hashem Yisbarach. It's like the Rebbe says, it comes down ready made with the Kohanim. We see the Rebbe is Kohen Gadol. Maybe you have 4 Kohen Gadol. Opinions 4 Kohen Gadol. What is it for? Kohen Gadol Arna Kohen, the Rebbe, maybe Koyrach. I don't know. Maybe Moshe Rabbeinu will be the Kohen. We'll see. Hashem knows. But as it come down, the Rebbe says it's going to already come down, already with the Kohanim and everything already, Leviim, so we're going to already have Tchis Meis and Tzadikim, it's all going to come down already, ready made, just like these times. Everything's ready made. We get everything, quick and ready made. It's in Yana, Tumah. So we have the Pasha Tumah. Everything's just Simanim. Hashem says, no, Gizman, Gulaschem. Novin, Gizman, Gulaschem, Gizman, Lebeit HaMikdash HaShlishi. Hashem wants. Hashem already had his Eschafia. He's waiting 1,000 years. Hashem is homeless, has no home. Time for Hashem to have his home. Time for Dir B'Tachton. Time for Beit HaMikdash HaShlishi. Amen. Chshav. So the whole inyan, the 2 modes together, which is there's a sharanti b'tochem, then we give from our hard-earned sweat and blood, we give our money, which is the hardest thing to part with, And, one of the hardest things, is the inyan of mice, is the mice, Hashem says, only give 10%, Hashem says, no, it's actually my money, I'm giving it to you, so do a little bit, give 10%, But, someone's, who give up to 20%. Chassid gives up to 20%. People give b'simcha, give even more. Rather than past, like different tzaddikim, they gave a lot more, gave everything, like Shlomo Kaba, gave everything, First, the always, first to your family, first, then the whole, you have to read this stuff. We have to learn. It's infinite Torah to learn. Zat Hashem. So when we give a sweat and blood, which is part of ourselves, our hard-earned money, it goes to Beit HaMikdash, and we make Hashem a part of everything we do. This is called Dir B'Tachton, and Hashem Shechanti B'Tocho is within our souls, the Rebbe says. And it's together and we feel Hashem and everything. Chulu chulu, and this is Dir B'Tachton, this is Chulu Hashem is Amitis. Chulu chulu v'chulu. Yeah. All right. I'm not sure there's anything else I wanted to say. I mean, we go back to that spiritual light of the Beit HaMikdash, spiritual light that originally was supposed to be the Beit HaMikdash originally is spiritual light. I was actually thinking about this today. I just read this, but try to get my point over. It's spiritual is meant to be light. That was we weren't worthy or whatever. So it was human built. So it was the first and second were destroyed. It wasn't destroyed. First and second were destroyed. Only renovations to have the third that's with Bazel. Yeah, Bazel, where it's indestructible. And this is spiritualized. And this is spiritualized. This is Hashem's Beit HaMikdash comes down from the Ma'ala. The Beit HaMikdash Hashem himself builds, and I was thinking today, I don't know, only Hashem knows this stuff, but I said it's probably going to be a little bit physical. I think it's going to be only spiritual. You come in, you can get into all these things. I'm not getting into any of these things. You come in all these hypotheticals, this and that, but, the whole, your cheskel and this and that, you see a physical, so I guess it'd be a mix. I was thinking it's going to be a mix. Probably be a mix. It's going to look spiritual, but it's going to be indestructible. It'll be like miracles. I mean, if someone tries to shoot at it or something, Hashem will turn their swords into plowshares. It's not going to let, spit the evil out from the land. Chulu, chulu, chulu. It's called the ruach tumah min haaretz. Chulu, chulu, chulu. Yeah, man. All right. I guess that's it. All right. May God bless. Kol brachot. Peace and love. Kol brachot lekol am Yisrael. We won't be zocher to see with our physical eyes and ears, see the Gula Shtam is immediate, which is already here. We just see it manifested, l'shleimut, achshav, amen, kol b'chot kol am Yisrael, amen, kol am Yisrael, amen, ken yotzanam lezleved, l'chaim, l'chaim l'vocha, l'chaim l'levecha, לחיים ולברכה ולברכה, כל הברכה לכל עם ישראל, אמן, כן. כן, יוצא נמנזל ו... ברכה, ברכה נמך עולם שהכל נהיה בבור. לחיים ולברכה.